You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Client List After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Client List After Show.
There it is.
I feel like I should do a little.
Let it happen. Good evening, AfterBuzzers. We are here at the AfterBuzz TV studios doing things the way things always should be done with Bing. I am your host for the evening, David Schifilliti. Joining me, as always, by Sarah Huggins.
So lovely and talented.
Begrudgingly. You can call yourself lovely and talented. Super awkward. There's words in here. Like just the harmonies.
Super creepy. Creepy background. We are in the lovely city of Los Angeles, as
if you couldn't tell behind us. We're here doing the Client List Season 2, Episode 13. Not like I said last week, which was not episode 10.
Yeah, it was 10. Like 10, 9.
I don't know.
Like yeah. Anyway.
Someone wrote down 10. I said 10. Okay, I don't know where I am half the time.
Excuse.
That song you were listening to is the title to this week's episode, Whatever It Takes. It is by Kenny Chesney from the 1993 album. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out right now. Hold on. In My Wildest Dreams. It is his debut American country album.
Oh, that's a fun fact.
Right? That is a very fun fact.
Yeah.
And it produced 2 chart-topping singles for Chesney in 1994. The song we were just listening to, Whatever It Takes, at number 59, and The Tin Man at the number 70.
I don't know if I've heard that
In case you were wondering.
Yeah. Fun facts.
Yeah, and he re-recorded The Tin Man in 2000 for his Greatest Hits album, which I think is a little premature, but whatever.
I mean, he's had a lot of hits, I feel like.
Yeah, but in 1993 to 2000, Greatest Hits, come on, it's a little premature.
Yeah, that's true. It just kind of takes the novelty off of a Greatest Hits album if you do.
Right.
Like
you do it 7 years later after you like first showed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like maybe 20 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you a Greatest Hits then.
Right.
Yeah, why not?
Hey.
I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they said shit a lot tonight in this week's episode.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
If you are shocked by me saying it, you would be shocked by everyone on this episode saying it this week.
Yes.
And speaking of this week, Kyle moved back in.
Yeah. And I'm happy about it.
Are you?
Yeah. You're not?
I'm not happy.
I mean, it
I'm
kind
just a little indifferent.
I
feel like they're moving a little too quickly.
Really?
Personally, yes,
Okay.
I do, because he's been gone. He was gone for a long time.
Right.
Right, and he's only been back for a very short period of time.
Right.
And for her to forgive and let him move back in and like start all over.
Well,
I think it is a little too soon.
She did have
for my
difficulty.
taste.
She did have difficulty with it though when they were like this scene right now when they were making out, and then
that was more of like an emotional
she had like
difficulty.
a flashback.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Of him like leaving.
Yes,
which
like,
we're seeing right now on the screens. If you are watching us.
Yeah.
If not, I just told you.
Yeah. So I get that. I get why she wasn't ready to be intimate with him right off the bat, but I was fine with him.
I mean, being intimate is one thing, but moving back in, that's another.
I mean, but she's been supporting him and stuff throughout the, the whole jail process and all that. So I feel like they've still been close. It's not like they haven't seen or spoken to each other in months, and then all of a sudden she's moving back in.
I know. It just seems a little soon to me.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, clearly, probably is. And the kids were back this week, a kid, which
A
I was
child. I don't know where the other one is.
so annoyed by.
The other one's away at sleepaway camp.
I put the kids are back and acting bratty.
Well, they're children.
That
hate
was
children.
mean, what he did. Like,
What?
does he want his parents to hate
Kids
each
do
other?
that, though. Okay, so what's his face? What's his name? The baby's name?
Travis.
Travis. Travis pins one parent against the other.
Right.
By asking his father if he can have a sleepover, which his mother already said that she would think about and was probably considering denying.
Right, and he
now,
said,
children do this all
I'm aware.
the time. So I'm not that surprised by it.
right, but it was still mean. It's like he's on thin ice already.
He's 8 years old. What does he know? He's just trying to get a sleepover. He's not thinking about,
I know, but I was like,
the repercussions of having a sleepover. He's just like, I want my friends over and we're gonna eat popcorn and pizza.
I know.
Which is all I
We're gonna
wanted
get
to
a
do
translate.
today.
So
Let
you're
somebody-
super. Oh no, we don't even have to talk about that.
Somebody across the table couldn't find pizza
That's not true.
at the store.
Side note: I went to Whole Foods and they did not have pizza. They did have pizza.
Every Whole
It was
Foods has
microwavable.
pizza.
It was microwavable, which
Every
you did not want.
supermarket has
You did
pizza.
not want that.
Every supermarket has pizza.
You shouldn't be eating pizza anyway.
Even
End of story.
7-Eleven has
End of
pizza.
story. Disgusting. Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with pizza. Totally fine. Okay. So the kids were back, or a kid. They're dealing with living together again, but they really didn't spend that much time together in the house.
Well, no, because Riley's busy.
Yeah.
Riley's running a
That is
business. She's running around town giving every Tom, Dick, and Harry a Tom, Dick, and Harry.
A handy. Yeah, they decided to leave the rub this week.
Well, the rub's going to be dark this week, and they were going to a benefit at a golf course.
Tournament for Harold's Bar.
For Harold's Bar, benefiting people coming back from the war. It was
right.
all very confusing to me, like why Harold's Bar was included.
Right.
Why the rub was included. And where the
Well,
money
because I
was
guess he
coming
kept
from.
saying she was a savior, so I guess whoever he had dropped out.
One of his sponsors dropped out.
Right.
Like, why is he... Like, what
Involved,
does he have...
right.
They never
Well,
explained,
the
like,
church.
what Harold... I guess.
Yeah,
I
like
didn't think about that.
yeah. I mean, that's what my guess was, that it would be something.
I forgot that they
With
were
the
God-fearing
church.
people.
Yes, at least Harold is.
So is Georgia.
Oh, true.
They met at church.
I know.
You just hate Georgia.
I don't hate her.
You're
I just
a
don't
Loretta
buy their
Devine
love.
hating.
I don't hate her. I just don't buy their love. Something's shady about it.
We'll have to wait and see about that, but still nothing
Yeah.
has come up.
I know. I feel like I'm in a boat on
You
my own
are.
on that one, but I
You
I
have
don't
no
get it.
paddles and you are sinking.
I don't get it.
No one's coming
Titanic.
to save you.
I'm on the Titanic.
And no one's coming to save you. You are Jack.
Marissa might.
No, Marissa will not.
But I kind of liked it. They were giving their massages out on the golf course.
They were free massages, right?
Yeah.
Free massages on the golf course.
And I love how, I don't even remember, does he have a name, Trevor Donovan's character? Because he's back. He was back this week. He's one of the
No,
clients.
he doesn't have a name. Well, I think she did. Georgia did give him a name. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
What she
I mean,
said.
he's been on more than one episode.
Yeah.
But
and he
I
wants to
love-
have a
4-way.
a 4G.
Right?
A 4G.
Yeah, a
Yeah, he wants
4G.
Riley and 2 other girls, and he was like,
No, he said 3.
2.
Oh, Riley and 2 others.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
3
a 4-way.
girls.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Hello.
learn to count.
All right.
And he said the other girls don't even have to participate; they can just watch.
Right. So that, I mean,
I mean,
do
how
they even have to
awkward
be
would
girls?
that be? They're just sitting in the room eating a cheese sandwich.
I didn't know where you're going with that. I was like sitting in the room eating what?
A cheese sandwich,
Uh-huh.
or maybe some pizza.
Obviously. But I love how he was like making comments on the golf course, like about,
Selena.
yeah,
She looks
getting
like
a little
whore.
handy. He wanted the regular service done on the golf course.
Right. I mean,
Who wouldn't,
why not?
right? The best part was Riley. Can we talk about Riley and the judge, or Mr.
No,
Louboutin?
not yet.
No? Well, she gave him a massage, I'll just say this, on the golf course. and
She
it
did
was
give him a
the most
massage.
awkward.
And it looked like she was kneading bread.
Yes.
Or like attacking a piece of raw meat.
Yeah.
It did not look
That's
like.
what you said when we were watching it. You're like, she looks like she's massaging meat. And massaging is like a nice word for it.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. He's pretty sexy on this, I have to say. But, well, he's someone's son too, right? Or am I remembering this wrong?
I don't even ever remember seeing him on the show.
Oh, he was on the show before. Maybe it was the episode you missed, though. Maybe it was the one you missed. Oh, well, he's not really that major. I just thought he was pretty funny on this one. So, I mean, that was kind of silly, though, the whole golf tournament thing, because nothing really...
I mean, the only reason for the golf tournament was
So that they weren't
introduce
there.
the judge. And
Well, no, I mean, we already knew him.
no, but to introduce the judge and for Riley to find out about Evan's promotion.
Oh,
and
right.
for her to connect all those dots.
Oh, that's true.
really the only reason that they did that.
That's true.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Speaking of lesbians,
Who? Oh.
worst segue ever. We have a couple shout outs this week.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Um,
think they're lesbians.
And I don't think they're lesbians either. And
Whatever. It's just funny.
it's just, what am I kicking?
I don't know.
There's like a
We're
microphone.
like all over. Since we're in Studio B,
We're in Studio
like,
B
so
today, and
distracted.
I'm like, I can't get my
comfortable.
bearings.
Yeah.
I also can't get comfortable because there's a lot of shit under this table. You can't see it, but there is literally like a whole bunch
People.
of shit under this table.
There's a whole town.
There's a
under there.
squatter under the table.
That's just
Someone
Marissa.
living under the
Actually.
table.
Actually, that's
There's a
Marissa.
sleeping bag and
Where
a
she
pillow.
sleeps.
A couple shout outs for our iTunes listeners.
And fans, yes.
Fans, Toyboat77 and Teddy Rooney, thank you so much for your
Yeah.
wonderful comments. And we love you for loving that we
Yes.
go off topic.
Yeah.
Because we get in trouble for that a lot here. And I don't really care.
We always seem to do it. We always seem
That's
to do
because
it.
my mind wanders.
But our show, too, it allows to branch off into other conversations,
well,
I feel like.
Yes, it does lend itself easily to
Yes.
talking about anything.
Other sexual.
Yeah, anything but the show itself.
Right.
Which is why I feel like you guys love us.
Yeah.
Because we don't talk about the show.
We
do talk about the show.
But
But yes, thank you so much, Toyboat77 and Teddy Rooney.
yeah, you guys are the bomb.com.
You guys are thebomb.com. And for all of you listening and watching us, please do us here a favor at AfterBuzz and here on our little client list baby show.
Yeah.
And subscribe, rate, comment. We love getting your comments.
We do. I love reading them.
And
The good and the bad.
the
They're
good
mostly good.
and the bad. I love the bad.
Yeah, the bad are usually pretty funny.
I prefer bad comments.
You
to
do?
good comments.
Okay, well, you guys can give David bad comments. I only like good ones.
Everybody loves me.
They do love you.
Okay. I'm just going to put that out there. I know that you guys love me.
'Cause of
And
your
I
bow
can
ties.
do no
'Cause
wrong.
of your bow ties.
It's my bow ties. This week my bow tie is leather, you guys.
Yeah, it looks very snazzy.
My
I
bow
like
tie
it.
is leather.
Love it.
Like legit.
Are you gonna
Yeah, we're going to jump to Marissa over here who's going to tell you guys something else special that's happening on iTunes right now.
All right, and yeah, while you're on iTunes rating this awesome after show, you can also
Awesome. You heard it here. Awesome.
awesome. Yes, you can also
After show.
download Kevin Undergaro
Boom.
and Maria's movie,
What?
Adventures of Serial Buddies, loaded with all these awesome comedians. You know, like Christopher Lloyd, Christopher McDonald, Beth Bears, Maria Menounos herself. It's hysterical. Dexter meets Dumb and Dumber. It helps.
Beth Bears is in it too, right?
Yep, Beth
From
Bears, Two Broke Girls.
Two Broke Girls.
It
Oh,
helps
have you seen it?
AfterBuzz. It helps us bring you all these
You mean
free shows.
Yeah.
So download Adventures of Serial Buddies.
How much is it? Do you know?
It's
$100. No big deal.
to rent on iTunes is
NBD.
$4.99, and to buy it's only $1 more at $5.99.
Oh, that's a pretty
Yay.
good deal.
All
Yeah.
proceeds go back into AfterBuzz, so we can keep bringing you free
Yay.
content.
Yeah.
Adventures of
And
Serial Buddies.
amazing.
Adventures of Serial
singer.
Buddies. Bomb.com.
Bomb.com.
Get on that.
Your
Watch
mom.
it. It's great.
Fab.
So much fun.
Amazing. You know what else is great?
You know what else is really great and really fun?
Strippers, which we had some this week.
Yes, we did have a couple strippers this week, and I'm just gonna say the name. What was the name of that strip club? Wild Nuts.
Yeah.
Wild Nuts Strip Club. As doesn't look like any strip club I have ever seen in my entire life.
And I have been to one quite recently.
Yes, you have.
And
I have been to many as well.
Yeah.
And
it just, yeah.
it just kind of like a burlesque bar.
Right.
Right. It did not look like a strip club.
Right.
I expected, I mean, I get it. It's Lifetime. You can't really show nudity or anything like that, but these girls were like fully clothed.
Yeah.
They were more
They were just,
clothed
like,
than the girls
dancers.
with the rub.
Yeah, exactly. Those little outfits, are a lot more skimpy than what we saw. At
Yeah, they were
Wildlands.
wearing like corsets and like
Yeah.
4 layers of panties and
Yeah, ew, I don't like that word.
you also don't like wiener.
Ew.
I
mean, I do.
I
like
mean,
it.
you do like wiener. You just don't like the word. Wiener.
Fun
wiener,
times.
Wiener. Wiener.
Again, I hope my mom's not watching. So, Nikki, okay, I'm a little confused. I don't know
Tell
if
me.
it's because they don't show it every week.
Or because you're a natural blonde?
I'm not a natural blonde, but just help me. So, are Nikki and Carlisle like really in love, or is she playing him, or is he playing her? I don't understand.
I don't understand that either.
'Cause
Okay,
I
so
thought-
from what we know so far, from what we've seen between the two of them,
Right.
first we thought they weren't together and he was just like beating her into like submission, right? And he was like her pimp.
And he
Kind
definitely
of.
beat the crap out of her this week.
Yeah, he did.
Mm.
Not
Not-
that I'm
not-
condoning,
not in a hot way.
No, not that I'm condoning domestic violence. But
You heard it here first.
I thought it was really funny when he slapped her.
Oh.
I always
He did more than slap her.
No, he
He
didn't.
literally beat the
he,
crap
like,
out of her.
choked
this
her
week.
out a little bit and then slapped her. These are all things that you enjoy.
I know, but like,
Okay.
no, I don't, Mom. I've never done that before ever.
These are all things you have told me you like
in
confidence that you like in the bedroom,
Yeah, but he was legitimately, I'm gonna die.
including
He's
water
legitimately, stop.
You heard it here first.
I can't even talk. I'm laughing so hard. He legitimately like beat her up, and
No,
not
he
in a hot
didn't.
way.
He did
Yes,
not beat her up. He
she
threw
was
her again.
bleeding.
No, she
Her
wasn't.
lip.
No, she definitely
wasn't?
was not.
Did
no.
I make that up?
You made you like imagined
Visualized.
that. You visualized it. He threw her against her wall for like a
Okay.
second, and then he like threw her away, and then she was like, "No, no, Jack, no."
Jack.
That's from The Shining.
Oh.
You've never
Good
seen The
impression.
Shining.
I obviously have seen The Shining. I don't live under a rock, but
Towards
I just
the end of the
didn't-
movie when he's like
I-
attacking her, she's like,
I'm
"No,
aware. I'm
Jack,
aware.
no."
I'm aware.
Jack, no. Okay, so she was doing the scene from The Shining by
Right.
herself.
I just didn't know how that fit until
Yeah,
I got
because
it.
she's. I think his name is Jack.
No.
Anyway, and then he slaps her, and then he's like, "Get out!" She's like, "Oh!" Scared little mouse
So-
and runs out.
That was great acting. David's available if you
I'm
guys
free.
need
He
him
does.
to
If you need me to do anything.
do any sort of acting job ever. He's clearly the
I
best.
clearly could do a whole scene on my own.
Yeah, yeah, one man show over there.
One man show up in this
Female, male,
business.
whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Who cares?
I'll tell you what I can get.
So
Okay,
you
from
were
what we
trying
know,
to explain to me,
yes.
right?
Okay, so at first we thought he was basically her pimp, and then it turned out that she was working for him still to try and get the list. And then now this week, and like they were like in cahoodles or canoodles or
Cahoots.
whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
together.
Right.
And they were like lovey-dovey making loves in the car. Right? It's sexy time in the car.
Yes.
They were jeeping.
Yeah.
And then this week, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I know what Jeepin is.
Clueless reference.
I know what Jeepin is. Thanks.
It's a clueless reference to
Thank you.
vehicular sex.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's for our listeners who don't know.
All the
And then this
extra.
week, it looked like
they were
they
in love.
were like in legit love.
Yeah.
And he gave her like a promise necklace.
Yeah. This like big heart, diamond
Diamond-y
heart.
thingy.
Yeah. And I was, yeah, that's when I got confused. I was like, wait, I thought that wasn't legitimate, but clearly for a split second it was.
More than a split second.
And so let me ask you this. So
Ask away.
when they went to the rub, when Riley and Derek, that piece of man meat, went into the rub, and
I think my purple soda is staining the mug. Sorry.
Well, we really need you to download Cereal Buddies then, so that we can afford new mugs.
Seriously.
So
sorry.
God, now I'm totally off track. Okay, so when Derek, the man meat, and Riley went into the rub and they saw that Riley's office had been ransacked.
Okay.
Someone was in there. Was that Carlisle that went in there? Because he was like, you said you were going to work, but...
Okay, so we'll jump into that and we'll come back to Nikki and Carlisle.
Okay.
Okay, so the whole big storyline this week was Evan gets promoted to
the Texas Rangers.
To the Texas Rangers, which I wrote down the Texas Lone Rangers, and then we rewound it, and I was like, oh, where did I get the Lone Rangers from?
I don't know. Well, because that's a movie.
Oh, okay.
And
anyway, so he gets promoted to the Texas Rangers, which is like they have jurisdiction all over the state of Texas, and they're on a task force to bring down illegal doings. Right.
Yeah.
Like drug trafficking, prostitution.
And it is like a big promotion because it's like it's a step above what he had been doing before.
Right,
obviously.
it's a step above. So him and Officer Trimble get promoted. Shelby does not. She's pissed off about it. Whatever. She loves picking fights with Evan.
Right, about silly things.
Well, this is not necessarily a silly thing,
well,
because she
true.
was on the original task force with them, and the only reason that they got promoted was because they bring him down. And to be perfectly honest, I think only Evan should have been promoted.
Right.
And not Trimble, because the other guy got punched in the face.
Right.
But, God, I have to breathe. I did not breathe when I said that.
You felt very passionately about it.
I did it just like, had to come out. It was like a word vomit.
I understand.
Speaking of which, here, if you're watching, is
Wild
the
Nights.
Not So Sexy strip club.
Yeah. The fully clothed.
What is on the ceiling? Do they have bras hanging from the ceiling?
No, those
It's
are
like giant paillettes.
Yeah, those are just like sequins or lights.
She has a weird walk, Nikki. She
Yeah.
walks funny. Anyway.
Anywho.
What were we talking about?
So you were talking about the big storyline this week. So Evan gets promoted.
Right, so he gets promoted at the golf tournament.
Yes.
Where the judge and Riley get introduced, quote unquote, introduced by Evan.
Right.
Is when Evan then tells Riley that he's on a special task force and blah, blah, blah. And she gets all worried. And the judge is like, I got your back. You got my back. And she's like beating him.
Right.
With a meat tenderizer. And she's like, yeah, I always got your back. My hand's got a cramp. I'm going to get you a new girl. Selena! Just like that.
Right. That was a great impression.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You have to put the shake in.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can't get the emotion.
I get it.
And then, what was that noise?
I don't know. Sounded like, okay.
That's when Harold then asks Riley about the bar, and they go to the bar, and Riley gets a phone call.
Boom, her
office got broken into.
Ransacked.
And so she goes there, and she sees that she goes with Derek, and he's like, they didn't take anything. They ransacked the place, but left the jewels and the cash. And he was like, what were they looking for? Which I don't understand why she isn't just like, they're looking for the list.
Right, because he knows what's going on.
He's flicking the bean every week.
Right.
For cash at the rub.
Right. I know, and he was like, I don't want to work for a place like that's shady or whatever he said, something like that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, why is he acting like that?
You're literally giving women, like, I don't even know, you're rubbing them out. I don't know, what do you call that?
I don't know.
It's not a hand job.
No, but it's like a female handy.
Is he fingering them?
I don't know, maybe.
Is that what you call it? Or is it like a...
Marissa, we went from having 15 minutes left. She's like, 5 minutes left.
2 seconds left.
Wrap it up.
I mean, is there like insertion, or is it just like an external rub?
I'm not sure. We should explore that. I don't know.
Maybe you should explore that. I really have no way of exploring that.
I know, but we should maybe do some research is all I'm saying.
We're going to have to figure this out for you guys because I'm confused.
Yeah, I am too. If you know
let us know.
Handy
Comment.
they're getting, please let us
Either way.
So that happened.
Then Nikki goes to Carlisle, which is where we bring it back full circle.
Yeah.
And she's like, you said you weren't going to be doing that. And he was like, well, you're going to get me wrong.
And
right?
yeah,
and then he beats her up and slaps her.
Yeah. Beat her up, and I guess they're over. They're now on the outs again.
Yeah, because he ripped the necklace off her neck.
Oh, and really quick, so we don't forget, it was a big week for Lacy and Dale again this week.
Huge week for Lacy and Dale this week.
They're considering adoption.
Well, they've been considering adoption, which I think we knew about.
Yeah, but now they're like going to the point where they've
been contacted about
right, and they have a home interview.
An adoption, and they have a home interview, and this is where the sleepover comes back in because Lacy and Dale offer themselves over to help chaperone.
Right.
With what's his face? Kyle.
And Dale has a freak out and doesn't think he's ready to be a father.
Well, because he plays Candyland with a baby, with an 8-year-old child, and like beats him, and then is like, whatever, he's a kid. What does he care?
Yeah,
he's got to learn how to like deal with like.
You have to let kids win.
Well, I disagree with that.
I do too, but I've nannied enough in my life that you have to let them win.
No, okay.
I mean, I'm
going to say, as far as like parenting goes these days, and when we were being raised as children, I did not always win at every board game that I played. I had to work for it.
That's
I had to earn
I didn't
it.
Either.
You know what I mean? Like, not everyone made every sports team.
That's the difference.
There were kids in my grade that were being held back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that happened. Not everyone always advanced.
Yeah. But I feel like...
And you had to earn it.
Right. But I feel like
these days, that's not what happens. Like, I definitely got, like, physically disciplined.
Right. Me too.
And today, you can't touch your children without being sued.
Right.
Your own children.
Yeah.
Without your own children being taken away from you.
Yeah. It's like child
So, I mean, it's definitely a different world out there. And I agree with not how Dale treated the child after he won. But I agree with not necessarily letting a kid win, because it is a board game and it's all about chance. Like, there's no way you can rig Candyland.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's rolling the dice and, like, picking up cards.
Yeah.
Like, how do you let somebody win Candyland? You can't.
No, I mean, unless they advance and they're not supposed to or something like that.
Yeah, but how do you can't, like...
Yeah. I mean...
When they're not looking, you move your piece back? Like,
I guess. I don't know.
Whatever. So he has a freak out about not being able to be a father yet.
Which Kyle was very nice and consoled him, and I think they're ready.
Yes.
I wish they would still try to have a real...
Maybe they will. You never know. I mean, I've heard of a lot of people who consider adoption and then their adoptions go through and then they get pregnant.
Me too. My aunt and uncle had something like that happen to them. So,
exactly.
No, I understand.
So, you know,
they could end up having 6 kids.
They could end up having 12 children.
True. I don't
they
think
could
they want
end
that.
up having 1 child.
True. That would be the best.
But also at the sleepover, we got some great news for Kyle.
Oh, yes.
He is free and clear. No longer has to testify against Ginger Meatloaf because he took a plea bargain.
Which I'm kind of sad about, because that means that we will no longer see Ginger Meatloaf. Mm-hmm. And we won't ever find out who the accomplice was or anything. Do you think they just like dropped that?
Well, I mean, we only have 1 episode left. They sort of have to
that's true.
wrap that storyline up for us, technically.
That's true. Maybe they don't even know who that person would have been.
Right. I mean, it still might come up next season. It might come up in the final episode. You never know.
Well, and so Riley goes to find her list.
Which we already knew was gone.
Right.
And then she finds out is gone.
She melts down,
comes home, and then is like, let's do this.
Figure 8 style.
Let's do this.
She was ready to slam it out with her husband.
Wasn't ready. She did slam it out.
Yeah, no, she was ready though.
With her legit husband.
Yeah. Is that our episode? Can we news and gossip it?
That is our episode. Let's jump straight into news and gossip. Sarah.
AfterBuzz TV News.
First of all, the first pictures of J-Love pregnant are out. I don't know if you've seen them.
I have not.
Oh, well, she looks very adorable and totally in love.
Is she like 4? At 4? Is she starting to show already?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
she's like at 4 months? Okay.
Yeah, but like in the face, not at all. Like just like a little bump situation. Yeah, and she looks ecstatically happy, yes. And lots of people, which I found really funny, some of them are well-wishing J-Love and her baby and engagement. Some of them I think are appropriate. Like they asked Colin Egglesfield. Obviously, that's appropriate. He's her co-star on the show, so of course he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's great." Carson Daly, who's her ex-fiance, which I think is a little bit weird. The weirdest of them all is it was like at some charity golf tournament or something. They asked Scott Wolf, who was her co-star on Party of Five, who I love, by the way, but he probably hasn't acted with her.
He was probably like, who's Jennifer?
I mean, he probably hasn't acted with her in like 15 plus years.
Doesn't mean that they're not still friends.
No, but he said he hasn't seen or spoken to her in a very, very long time. Like, it was just so random. It was like, her former co-star expresses his well wishes, and that was just like so random to me. It's like, out of all the shows, like she's been on a million shows, I just thought that was really funny that they were like, oh.
Did they ask Cameron Manheim?
No, I don't think anyone from Ghost Whisperer has spoken out.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really weird.
It's weird.
So anyway, keep an eye out for
no Freddie Prinze
all
Jr.
the baby.
or Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Right? No.
Give me something.
I know.
Scott Wolf?
Right? Yeah, it was so random. And then also random, it is the 15th anniversary of Can't Hardly Wait.
Is
today.
it really? Today?
Yes, it is. Today.
That's awesome. By the way, she has like one line in that movie.
No, she doesn't.
When was the last time you saw the movie? The first time she speaks is 5 minutes before the movie's over.
Really?
Yes.
Like when they're all like, she's with her friends?
She has barely any lines in that movie.
I mean,
Same as in Sister Act 2. She has like 2 lines in that movie.
My favorite, someone was asking on Twitter today what your favorite Can't Hardly Wait quote is, and mine is the one about, he's like, it's not about a dog, it's about a woman named Amanda. Who the hell names their dog Amanda? That's my favorite.
Oh, when they're talking about Mandy?
Yes. Well, they're talking about J-Lo.
The song.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So that's my favorite quote, and that's my random news of today.
That's your news and gossip?
Yeah, well, and a little bit, today is also 1 year since Jennifer Love Hewitt's mom passed away as well, which our condolences go out to her.
Yes.
And yeah, that's really all I have.
All right, that's your AfterBuzz TV news and gossip for the week of June 13th, 2013. All right, that's today's date. It's the 12th. Whatever.
So, predictions?
Let's jump into predicciones.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So all I wrote down was, well, it's a 2 hour, it's our 2 hour finale next week.
2 hour finale next week, so we're going to have a 2 hour AfterBuzz show.
Yeah.
You put that on the list. You put that on the books. I'm going to talk to Phil.
Yeah, Marissa. We'll have cupcakes.
I want 2 hours.
I'm going to bring, and hopefully Dua will be with us.
Yes, seriously. Someone needs to tweet this woman.
Dua.
I need all of you people out there to tweet her to show up next week because we changed our day so that she could be here for at least the last 3 episodes.
And we've been
she
solo.
has yet to been shown up, grace us with her presence. So do it. If you're listening or you're watching,
do it.
You better be here next week or I'm coming for you.
So it's a 2 hour finale. We still don't know if there's a season 3.
We don't. I don't think we are going to know for a while.
I feel like we should know.
The Lifetime upfronts aren't for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? When?
I don't know.
January?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But all I wrote down for predictions was, or next week in the previews, is Carlisle has the list and
Riley's stripping.
Riley strips.
She just bangs.
Yeah. She bangs out. It's got to be a wig, right?
Probably.
Maybe. But what do you think's going to happen next week? What would be your perfect finale?
Okay. Perfect finale. Lacy and Dale get the baby. Right? Their adoption comes through and they find out they're pregnant.
Got it. I want Kyle to find out.
Evan and Shelby
Riley.
break up. Because I really don't care about them.
No.
Kyle finds out about Riley.
Yeah, that's what I
He
want to
walks in on her giving someone a hand ski.
Yeah.
Georgia and Harold.
You find out it was all a sham. That he's really gay.
Okay, I'll take that. I don't think that'll happen.
I don't either. Is Mama gonna be in the finale?
Mama gets out of rehab.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about her.
I know.
She hasn't been here all season.
Yeah, she has.
Um,
I wonder if there's a conspiracy behind that. Little Sybil Shepherd.
Mama and Carlisle start dating.
Ew. The possibilities are endless.
They really are. Maybe next week we'll see a little nipple.
Yeah, or maybe just like a slight
Shaft?
maybe, yeah, the top. Just the top.
Just the head?
Gross.
Just the tip.
Anyway.
On that note, Sarah's hoping for a tip.
Yeah.
And from everyone here at the AfterBuzz TV studios, myself, Sarah.
Where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on Twitter at You Can Call Me Skiff, on Instagram at You Can Call Me Skiff.
I am at Sarah on the Go and SarahBear627 on Insta.
And
Do it.
Hashtag do it. We will see y'all next week for our
Yeah.
2-hour finale.
I'm gonna bring cupcakes. Word.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
And on it. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.